to the government news brief for Thursday, February 9, 2017. In the news, police ranks are being trained to better handle cases of domestic violence. Efforts to curb the use of illicit drugs will be intensified through the Household Drug Prevalence Survey report, and distribution of water in Region 10 is expected to improve significantly this year. Stay tuned for these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Renetta LaFleur, and here are the details. Violence against women is a violation of their freedom, dignity, safety, human rights, and must be condemned in all its forms, Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali told the police ranks who are being trained how to handle cases of sexual and domestic violence. Zanil Williams has more.
The minister was addressing the opening of a training workshop for police on sexual and domestic violence. Ali says the response from the police plays a significant role in protecting and bettering the lives of all victims.
Officers, you are at the front line of the criminal justice system. You work with victims, offenders, witnesses, and gathering various forms of evidence. Therefore, your attitude and response to all involved can have a dramatic impact on ensuing developments.
The Social Protection Minister is confident that the training will result in better practices and application of effective measures to protect victims and witnesses. Meanwhile, Director of Social Services, Wenworth Tanner, says that protocols are necessary to ensure successful prosecution of perpetrators, adding that it is important for the police to take reports of sexual and domestic crimes seriously and conduct proper investigations.
Without these protocols, victims will continue to be apprehensive about reporting rapes and domestic violence, resulting in perpetrators not being prosecuted, and increased incidents of sexual and domestic violence.
The participants were urged to make good use of the training. UNICEF's country representative for Guyana and Suriname, Sylvie Fouet, says the training is the first step in eliminating the scourge of domestic and sexual violence, and initiatives against domestic violence will protect children.
This pact of trainings will serve really as a good stepping stone to rebuilding that trust in law enforcement. As you mentioned earlier, you always have the first point of contact. On behalf of UNICEF, we really look forward to continue our support, including finalizing the National Plan of Action of those two key acts, one on sexual offenses and one on domestic violence.
Assistant Commissioner, Guyana Police Force, Paul Williams, welcomes the training and says it will improve the capacity of the police force to tackle domestic violence. The training sessions will be undertaken during the period February to March 2017 by the Ministry of Social Protection. Zanil Williams reporting for the Government News Brief.
The Household Drug Prevalence Strategy Report will serve as a guide as to what needs to be done to curb the use of illicit drugs. Tiffany Rodius has the details.
The Household Drug Prevalence Survey report was launched this morning. The survey was conducted countrywide among 2,367 randomly selected participants. It was found that there is a high use of marijuana, alcohol, and cocaine, with males being the most dominant users. Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjatan says that according to the survey, it is troubling how easy it is for someone to acquire illicit drugs.
Almost 41% believe that it's easy to access marijuana. No, that's telling us plenty. Almost 20% of the respondents believe that it is easy to access cocaine. 65% believe that the drug has increased in Guyana in the past years. 46% of the respondents believe that drug use will get worse in the coming years.
The minister says that the statistics paint a shameful picture which requires something to be done urgently. However, Minister Ramjatan says that he is happy with the recommendations made in view of the findings.
There is need for this regular sensitization of the harmful effects of licit and illicit drugs, as mentioned by Clement. We need more public spaces, recreational centers for individuals at the various stages in the cycle. because this, of course, is going to remove them from the idleness that are born in their heads in the time of desiring all these drugs and alcohol.
Other recommendations include the expansion of on-the-job training and economic activities, media campaigns that target youth, and the creation and implementation of mentorship programs for youths coming from households that display risk factors of illicit drug use. Also in attendance at the launch of the survey were the United States Ambassador to Guyana Perry Holloway, Commissioner of Police Silal Prasad, other members of the diplomatic corps, and key stakeholders. For the Government News Brief, Tiffany Rogers.
Residents of Region 10 can expect significant improvement in the service from the Guyana Water Incorporated, GWI, this year.
Planning and Implementation Director of the Guyana Water Incorporated, Ramchand Jailal, says the water company will be spending close to $500 million to improve its institutional capacity and service delivery in Region 10. Planned works include the decommissioning of old mains, the construction of bypass mains, the rehabilitation of overhead tanks, and upgrades to transmission and distribution mains. Jailal says the rehabilitation works will be completed on the Mackenzie and West Watuka water treatment plants, which will result in improved quality of water for residents in the project areas.
We are currently working on refurbishment works at the West Watuka and Mackenzie water treatment plants because we had to, there was an objective of constructing the Amelius Ward and Wizrock water treatment plant to meet the entire demand in Linden. However, because of the fact that the demand within the system is high, we are now working to refurbish the Mackenzie and West Watuka plant, and those works are scheduled on track and scheduled to be completed by June of 2017.
Jailal says Guyana Water Incorporated will also be facilitating transmission and distribution upgrades at 1 Mile Extension, Wizrock, and Canberra City to provide new and improved services for those residents. He says the water company will also be undertaking infrastructural works and operational improvements in Aichuni.
Aichuni has a water system which has deteriorated over the years, and we intend to drill a new potable water well in that area and ensure that the water system is more reliable and the quality is acceptable. Because right now, the system takes water from a creek, and there's a risk of creek being contaminated due to mining effluent, farming effluent, and the development of bacteria within the creek. And so we want to ensure that we have a reliable source of water in Aichuni and improve that service.
Guyana Water Incorporated has been investing heavily in improving the water supply in the region. Developments in 2016 included the installation of a new water distribution system in Andyville to provide access to potable water for more than 100 persons. New mains were also installed in Green Valley Linden, Amelia's Ward, and Blueberry Hill to provide service to more than 300 persons for the first time. A new main was also installed in Amelia's Ward across the Linden Highway to provide improved services to Cinderella City. Paul McAdam for the Government News Brief.
Minister of Public Telecommunications Catherine Hughes today congratulated the Guyana Post Office Corporation for taking steps towards modernizing its operations with the offer of an online mailbox service. Gabriela Patram has the details.
The GPOC, in collaboration with Pakia Shipping Base in Miami, USA, officially launched its online mailbox and delivery service today. Hughes says the launch signals that the post office has joined the e-trade network in a big way since the development of online shopping has come into being.
Today we're adding our very important postal facilities and raising the bar and ensuring that the Guyana Post Office Corporation moves ahead with its planned transformation to better serve customers in this digital age.
Hughes says that going out of the postal business in Guyana is not an option for this government. She says post offices need to recognize and restructure their operations. Meanwhile, Postmistress General Marta Ramos says that there are many opportunities for post offices to support e-commerce. Ramos says that the GPOC has positioned itself as a trusted, affordable, and reliable business partner.
International postal deliveries of small packages and parcels have seen rapid growth in the post, mainly as a result of cross-border e-commerce.
Delivery of packages for the GPOC online mailbox service will be available in Georgetown, Myconey, Port Wellington, New Amsterdam, Skeldon, among other communities. For the Government News Brief, Gabriela Patram.
The National School of Music will be targeting 5 schools to implement a pilot music program as part of efforts to reintegrate music in the school's curriculum. Find out how in this Neola Damon report.
Administrator of the National School of Music, Andrew Tyndall, says that the reintegration of music into the school curriculum provides an opportunity to strengthen patriotism.
This year, we're going to be focusing on providing training for students in singing from various schools in Georgetown as a pilot project to develop a city schools choir. We're also going to be providing training for secondary school teachers in singing so that they could go back to their various schools and have a singing program so the children will be able to sing the national songs again and develop a sense of patriotism and a sense of pride.
Tyndall explains that the school's program offers elementary, intermediate, and the Institute of Creative Arts ICA levels. He notes, however, that the schools will also provide programs to benefit younger children.
We realize the need to provide an opportunity for younger children, so we have an after-school program which caters for students from between the ages of 8 and 13. And they come and they benefited from training.
The music administrator says that the agency hopes to establish a band program in Region 6 at the Port Marant Secondary School. This institution completed the first phase of the program in July 2016. The agency hopes to collaborate with the Unit of Allied Arts so that they can achieve their overall objective of providing the students a good experience and the chance of performing at national events. Neola Damon for Government News Brief.
We have come to the end of today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on Gina's website. Gina has an active Facebook page, and we encourage you to visit and like us so you can be updated as the news unfolds. You can also visit our website and YouTube channel. Remember to join us again tomorrow for another edition of the Government News Brief. I am Renetta LaFleur. Thank you for watching.